powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Education is the ability to meet life situations. Learning starts with failure. The first failure is the beginning of education. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned. If you have to put someone on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Your heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart, but that's because you're a teacher. Teachers can change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenges. Teaching is the greatest act of optimism. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It is not what is poured into a student that counts, but what is planted. Teachers have 3 loves: love of learning, love of learners, and the love of bringing the first 2 loves together. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Education doesn't just make us smarter, it makes us whole. Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher for living well. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. I have learned silence from the talkative, toleration from the intolerant, and kindness from the unkind. Yet, strange, I am ungrateful to those teachers. A good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning. A teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering on cold iron. Good teachers know how to bring out the best in students. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Change is the end result of all true learning. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The learning process continues until the day you die. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. They know enough who know how to learn. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. They cannot stop me. I will get my education if it is in the home, school, or any place. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Education is the ability to meet life situations. Learning failure. The first failure is the beginning of education. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned. If you have to put someone on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Your heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart, but that's because you're a teacher. Teachers can change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenges. Teaching is the greatest act of optimism. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It is not what is poured into a student that counts, but what is planted. Teachers have three loves: love of learning, love of learners, and the love of bringing the first two loves together. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. It makes us count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher for living well. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. I have learned silence from the talk.
Good evening, everybody. Could you please confirm if I'm audible? All right, thank you. We'll wait for a few more minutes and then we will start. No problem. I've not been speaking. That is why there is no sound. Okay. I've not started. We have not started the session yet. We will start now. Good evening, everybody. Could you please confirm if I'm audible now? All right. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you and good evening to all of you. Thank you for registering and attending the 7-day national level online faculty development program on outcome-based education and essential AI tools for teachers. This is organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, IQAC, and the Department of Computer Science of St. Albert's College Autonomous, Ernakulam, in association with the Kerala State Higher Education Council, the KSHEC. We would like to welcome today's resource person, Professor Anil Ramachandran, Director, Research and Development Cell, Kannur University. And we would also like to welcome all the FDP participants of today. Now, a few things about this FTP. This is a 7-day FTP program with live sessions from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is actually the 4th day of our FTP. Now, the fee for the LMS access and processing of certificate is ₹500. All the participants who have made the payment for the processing fee will receive the LMS access, the video recordings for all the days, and the provision to download your FTP completion certificate. The procedure for receiving the certificate will be informed to you towards the end of the FTP. If any of you are yet to make the payment, you can make the payment of ₹500 to the account details that I will put in the chat shortly. If you are unable to attend any of the live sessions, they will be available in the LMS. We have shared the LMS access details through email to those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp till yesterday. Those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp today will receive the LMS access details later in the day or by tomorrow. If you have any trouble in attending the WebEx online session, you can also join the YouTube live session that we are streaming simultaneously. I will give the link of that YouTube in the chat now. Right. My name is Sachin Jacob George. I'm working as Global Relations Manager with the IPSS Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator. Now, today's session, the topic will be on new curriculum framework in line with NEP 2020. This is going to be delivered by Professor Anil Ramachandran, an MA, MBA, MPhil, and PhD, the Director, Research and Development Cell, Kannur University. A brief description of Dr. Anil Ramachandran. He's a professor and head School of Physics Education and Sports Sciences, Kannur University, the former director, IQAC, and former registrar in charge, Kannur University Consultant Sports, psychologist and Secretary General of Sports Psychology Association of India. Resource person for various national and international conferences and seminars with invited talks and presentation at various countries like Denmark, Switzerland, Brazil, China, Australia, etc. He's a badminton coach and badminton player, represented India in the World Masters Badminton Championship at Korea in September 2023. Over to you, sir.
Good evening. I hope I am audible.
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Sachin George, sir. And at the very outset, thanks to the organizers, St. Albert's College Autonomous and Kerala State Higher Education Council for this wonderful program. And today's session, as rightly said, I'll be discussing on the new curricular framework in line with the NEP. I'll just share my slide. Just give me a second for that. Is the slide visible?
Not yet, sir. Yeah, it is coming. Yeah, now visible.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So we discussed today's topic is on the new curriculum framework in line with the NEP 2020. So I think all of us are aware that a drastic transformation is being witnessed in the education sector, right from the school level and in the higher education as well. And the concern is to match the international framework in improving the quality, in giving plenty of choices for the student in terms of opting his own journey of the higher education pathways. This is going to create challenge for the teachers in the delivery of the curriculum, in designing of the syllabi, and in the teaching learning process and evaluation. So we will be discussing this in the larger framework of what NEP has got to deliver in this new curriculum framework. I think I'll start with this wonderful quote which is witnessed in the front of a university in Africa, given by Nelson Mandela. Destroying any nation does not require the use of atomic bombs or the use of long-range missiles. It only requires lowering the quality of education and allowing cheating in the examination by the students. I'm sure the youth, which is the strength of any country, needs to be rightly channelized, providing plenty of options for developing their potentials so that they are able to deliver for themselves as well as for the nation. This transformation in education has come from two notable observations from Supreme Court of India. These were two observations Supreme Court made. Today's education has failed to reform human behavior. Maybe we are knowledgeable, we have got skilled in some aspect of education, but then we have not got reformed as into good human behaviors. And the second observation was, with increase in literacy level, there is a decline in human values in the society. So I think addressing these two issues has been the backdrop for the new education policy, NEP 2020, and along with that, the curriculum framework which has been given to all the states. Of course, with modifications by the state, it can be customized. So we are looking into where we want reforms in education which can create better human behavior, and not only to increase the literacy level, but also to have human beings good values in the society. Curriculum redesign. When we speak about curriculum redesign, I'm sure curriculum is a very powerful lever for changing student performance and well-being. It can prepare students to thrive in and shape the future. But it all depends upon how the curriculum is designed, how it is framed, and how it is delivered. So curriculum, if it is not rightly framed, it can limit creativity and agency of students and teachers if there is no sufficient space for them to explore their own interest and sense of purpose. It may also lack necessary innovation if it remains unchanged for years. I think we have been witnessing education in our colleges and universities where we have the system of curriculum revision which happens once in 3 years or maybe once in 5 years. Now, what is taught for 5 years becomes totally obsolete in the present scenario where so much of advancement is happening in the each of these disciplines. So innovations have to be designed, has to be made in the curriculum and syllabi, maybe at every semester. And then another important criteria which we look into is where we give enough options for students and teachers for autonomy. autonomy for teachers in terms of delivery of their expertise, and for students in terms of choosing their interest and sense of purpose. So the backdrop of curricular restructuring and revision, it has gone with the document of NEP 2020. We also have frameworks of the National Credit Framework of 2022, the National Skill Qualification Framework, the National Higher Education Qualification Framework 2023. And when we speak in terms of the Kerala context, we have the curriculum framework for undergraduate programs of Kerala State Higher Education Council. So I think each of these states must have their own curriculum framework, which has been designed with modifications or customized options in their own states. So NEP 2020, I'm sure we are all aware about it. It goes right from the preschool level up to higher education and PhD. So the basic concept goes with the universalization of education from preschool to the secondary level. It has an objective of increasing the gross enrollment ratio in school education to 100% by 2030. And in higher education, it is proposed that the GER to be raised at least to 50% by 2035. So the enrollment of students in the higher education has to be increased. And one of the foremost aspect of the NEP is to provide a holistic undergraduate education with multiple exit options. Of course, the exit after the first year and second year is still under discussion, but definitely I think most of the states have opted, including Kerala, have opted for the exit after 3 year and the exit after 4 year. And another important thing is the academic bank of credits, by which the student will be able to gather, choose courses from any college, any university throughout the country, and it can be credited in the academic bank of credits. The focus of this particular NEP framework for higher education is a very flexible curriculum and 100% student-centric. We also have various committees coming in by the central government, where the Higher Education Commission of India, which will be considered as the apex body, which will have other regulatory bodies under it with very distinct function of maybe one body looking at the regulation, another one looking at accreditation, another on the funding aspects, and for the academic setting. All these bodies will be distinct, independent, empowered bodies. So there will be checks and balances in the system to minimize conflict of interest and eliminate concentration of powers. I'm just giving a framework of what is going to be the governance framework before going into the topic of discussion today. So this will be somewhere the total umbrella of the governance. The Higher Education Commission of India will be on as the apex body. So we will have the NHERC, National Higher Education Regulatory Council, under it. We will have the NAC, which will lose one of its A. It will be termed as NAC, National Accreditation Council, which will aim at the highest level of accreditation, aimed through the institutional development planning. We will have the HEGC, Higher Education Grants Council. We will have the GEC, General Education Council, which will frame expected learning outcomes based on the National Higher Education Qualification Framework, National Skill Qualification Framework norms, credit transfer and equivalency, etc. We will also have another body known as the PSSB, professional standard setting bodies, which will have different regulatory bodies for different types of programs, like the ICAR, NCT, NCVET members will be members of the professional standard setting bodies. So this is going to be the larger framework under which the higher education governance will be functioning. Responsibilities of higher education institutions, it will not be limited only to the teaching. Of course, the focus of higher education institutions can be either with the teaching or with the research, but all these will be the basic responsibilities of all higher education institutions. Teaching, research and innovation, support other higher education institutions to develop on a collaborative way, community engagement and service, contribution to different fields of service, faculty development, and support to school education as well. The NEP, in terms of higher education, will be focusing on transformation of our higher education institutions into multidisciplinary institutions. So standalone institutions will give away for lots of collaboration between different streams, combination of courses, where we will be focusing more on the multidisciplinary courses and programs. So holistic and multidisciplinary education, the structure and length of degrees naturally will change. From a 3-year degree, we are shifting into a 4-year degree program. Establishing the academic bank of credits in all higher education institutions. Providing optimum learning environment and support for students. So the curricular restructuring will be done to meet the specified learning outcomes. Now, this is going in line with an internationalization of education, especially higher education, where credit transfer will be possible not only within institutions in the country, but in the near future within institutions of international repute as well. And the best part of this implementation NEP is it is giving ample choices for the students. It is totally student-centric, 100% student-centric, and active participation of students. For the faculty, it is going to create autonomous, motivated, and capable faculty. I think we were with a system where a curriculum is framed at a different level. Syllabi is framed by the concerned board of studies, and teachers had no choice but to teach according to the curriculum and syllabi. So now this is giving an option for enthusiastic, capable teachers, capable faculty members to design their own courses of their interest and their specialization, which can be left open for students from all over the country to choose it. So this is going to empower the teachers in terms of offering courses of their specialization, offering courses of their research interest, offering courses of their academic interest. So naturally, the motivation of teachers will be much better. They will be teaching according to their expertise areas, and this will create better satisfaction in the teaching learning process for the faculty members. Just to brief you regarding the National Higher Education Qualification Framework, this will create a common level of benchmarking to ensure quality education. The framework will provide flexibility and innovation in 4 aspects. Number 1, in program design and syllabi development, as I rightly said, faculty members will be given ample choices to prepare syllabi and design programs according to the infrastructure facilities, according to the regional and state priorities, according to their expertise in which they have in their academic and research domains. teaching learning process will have a drastic change. There will be flexibility in the teaching learning process, including the assessment. Assessment of students will go with the learning levels, and there will be programmed periodic program review with a broad framework of agreed expected program course learning outcomes, which I think you must have discussed in the previous sessions. The National Higher Education Qualification Framework, it actually goes with the in continuation with the school education, but here our topic of discussion is only with the higher education scenario. So in the higher education scenario, it starts with level 4.5. The first year of the undergraduate program goes with a NHEQ of level of 4.5. The first and second year in combination can go with the level 5, where as per the UGC, it specifies an exit with an undergraduate diploma, which not many of the states and universities are favorable of. And level 5.5 to level 6.5 will be the major part of discussion for higher education institutions. 5.5 is with the bachelor's degree. This will cater to the first 3 years or the 6 semesters of the 4-year undergraduate program. So when we speak of the extended year, where we have the bachelor's degree honors and the honors with research program, this will be with a level of 6 in the NHEQF. The postgraduate diploma, if it is offered, 2 semester, 1 year, for those who exit after successful completion of first 2 semesters of the 2-year master's degree program. This will also come in the level 6. Master's degree will come in level 6.5. So this gives us an idea that there is going to be a different standard in terms of levels of education offered for each of the years and for the corresponding semesters. In general, every year, on an average, caters to almost 40 credits requirement for a student. The level 4.5, which is the first 2 years in the 4-year undergraduate program, should have a minimum credit of 40. Level 5, which can complete by the second year, which can include 4 semesters, 1, 2, 3, and 4, will have a cumulative credit for 80 credits minimum. And when we discuss with a 3 years bachelor's degree, having 6 semesters, the total credit requirement is 120 as per UGC framework. And for the 4-year undergraduate program, whether it is honors or honors with research, which will have 8 semesters, the credit requirement is 160 as per the UGC curriculum framework. So approximately you can think it of as 40 credits in 1 academic year, on an average of 20 credits in a semester. Need not be 20, it can be 16, minimum of 16. But altogether in 1 academic year, it has to be 40 credits. So this is the credit requirement at different levels. On an average, the credits for 1 academic year is going to be 40 credits. Components of programs of study. Courses can be of different types. There can be lecture courses, where predominantly the method will be by the teaching method. We call the taught courses. Courses can also be entirely based on practicum work, laboratory work, studio or workshop-based activities. We can also design courses which can be totally on the field-based learning. Courses can also be designed in terms of internships. Courses can also be offered in terms of projects where students have an experiential learning. Community engagement and service can also be designed as a course with credits. So there's a large flexibility We were used to a system where we had lectures and maybe maximum of practicals for some of the science subjects, or maybe last semester a field visit or internship for some of the social sciences, and a mandatory project. Now, depending upon the requirement of a program, you can design any of these courses, provided there is a rationale for the course, provided that the component of the particular component is justifiable for that particular program pathway. The credit requirements for each of the courses: for a lecture course, for a predominantly taught course, minimum 15 hours of teaching per credit in a semester. So one credit will require 15 hours of teaching. So the teacher will have to teach 15 hours, but along with that, it has been stipulated that there has to be additional 30 hours of learner engagement for out-of-the-class activities, such as preparation for the taught course, maybe completing certain assignments, additional independent reading, there may be some lessons or preparation of certain assignments as designed by the course. So one credit in a taught course translates to 15 hours of teaching process where the teacher has a direct contact with the student, and 30 hours should be designed for learner engagement for out-of-the-class activity. So it translates to 45 hours of engagement for the student. For the teacher, it is only 15 hours, but for the student perspective, it is going to be 45 hours, 15 hours of listening to lecture and 30 hours of engagement for out-of-the-class activities. When it comes to practicum courses, laboratory courses, studio courses, or workshop activities, one credit will translate to 30 hours of practical activities, lab involvement, workshop activities, and 15 hours of out-of-class activities, such as preparation of practicum, completing the records, completing the assignments, independent reading and study. So there also, if you see, one credit translates to 45 hours of engagement from the perspective of the student. We can also have courses in terms of field-based learning, projects, internships, community engagement and service, where one credit will be require minimum of 30 hours of learning activities in a semester, along with 30 hours of out-of-class activities. So that will be 60 hours for the student involvement, maybe in terms of preparation of the field projects, completing the assignments, or whatever it is which can be part of the field-based course or the internship or the community engagement. So credit requirement can be considered both from the perspective of the teacher as well as the student. In a lecture course, from the perspective of the teacher, it is transacting 15 hours of the teaching learning process. But for a student, it will translate to listening 15 hours of lecture for one credit, along with additional 30 hours of learner engagement, which can be additional reading, completing of assignments, or some other part which is being assigned as part of the particular lecture. For a practicum course or laboratory course, it will be 30 hours of actual involvement in the practical activities and additional 15 hours. So a total of 45 hours for completing the practicum or completing the assignments or for independent study. When it comes to field-based activities, internship or community engagement, this will be 30 hours of involvement in the field-based projects and additional 30 hours in preparation of the project report or completing assignments or some other part of the coursework. So breakup of credits, we can think it up in terms of these numbers. For a theory or a lecture course, one credit will be equal to 15 hours. For a practicum, lab, workshop activities, 1 credit will involve 30 hours of interaction in the actual lab or practical work. For field work, industrial visit, 1 credit will be equal to 30 hours of engagement. So if a lecture course is of 4 credits, so that will mean 60 hours of teaching learning process. So a 4 credit lecture course will be meaningful when 60 hours of lecture has been handled by the teacher. You don't have to stretch it again beyond that. So if you have completed 60 hours of lectures, then the 4 credit lecture course is completed from the perspective of the teacher. But for the student, as I said, for 1 credit, it is additional 30 hours of additional reading or preparation of assignments or additional work which can be assigned as part of the lecture course. So the breakup of credits as shown in the table. For lecture or theory course, it is 1 credit is 15 hours. Practicum, laboratory or workshop activities, it is double. 1 credit will be 30 hours. For experiential learning, field work or industrial visit, again it is 1 credit will be equal to 30 hours. So this will be the credit points for each of the levels. These are all computed directly in terms of the levels and the credits, minimum credits per year. So the credit points, actually it is multiplication of the credit level and the credit per year. So 4.5 into 40, it is going to 180. For level 5, it is going to be 200 credit points. 5.5, it is going to be 220 credit points. 6, it is going to be 240. 6.5, it is going to be 260. The salient features of the 4-year undergraduate program, it will witness a significant change in the teaching learning process and the evaluation methods. Courses will be designed according to the priority of the course, according to the need of the course, in terms of whether it is a 2 credit or a 3 credit or a 4 credit course. The teaching learning method can be designed according to the requirement of the particular course. Evaluation methods will go a drastic transformation. We will have to give away with the only method we adopted of the written examination into multiple options of evaluation, which can be justifiable in terms of addressing whether the student has got the knowledge, student has acquired the skill, or student has reached the competency level. The new curriculum framework for the 4-year undergraduate degree will give more autonomy for teachers, departments, and institutions. Competent teachers, good departments, and good institutions can design more challenging, more attractive, more employable courses and can float it, which can be opted by any student from any institutes all across the country. So almost 20% of the syllabi, including the core component, can be developed by the teacher concerned. Teachers can also design new courses, maybe in terms of electives, maybe in terms of signature courses, maybe in terms of skill enhancement courses, or multidisciplinary courses. So we are looking at a system where we will be bridging the knowledge skill gap. We had a system of education where we were only assessing what the student knew in terms of knowledge, in terms of what he replicates in the examination, in a written examination. But now there is an option of assessing the knowledge part, assessing the skill level of the students, and the capacities and competencies of the students. Also the engagement of the student in the social settings. Project and internship will be open for all interested students. Students will have plenty of options. instead of having a theory-oriented courses, students will have an option of maybe choosing a course which is of more interest to him, which is a community engagement, which is a field engagement, which is catering to his domain area, and which will create more exposure to him in terms of his employability skills. And the focus here is largely on the learning outcomes. I'm sure you must have got good knowledge about the learning outcomes, the course outcomes in the previous lectures. So when we speak in terms of the Kerala State Higher Education Curriculum Framework, which we are basically oriented towards, I'm sure all states will have their own tailored framework, which will be in par with the national education policy and the national framework by the UGC. So here we are looking at a comprehensive and a very diverse undergraduate education, which aids in the holistic development of human potential. We are trying to wrench away from the disciplinary silos. We are looking at a more multidisciplinary adaptability, where departments can combine and offer new courses. Departments can combine and provide new pathways. So there will be lots of combinations working in. Courses can have an interdisciplinary nature. Courses can have a multidisciplinary nature. Courses can also be developed in terms of transdisciplinary nature. So we will be cutting across the disciplinary boundaries and looking for more applied courses, which will provide more opportunity for students, more employability for students, and emergence of new courses in the coming future. And the best part of this curriculum framework is it provides a wide range of choices as electives for the students. We will be looking at combinations which can be even very unrelated. A student who is studying in physics can cut across boundaries and go and opt a course in music, or maybe take a course in sociology, or maybe get a minor in social work. So students will have plenty of options. The pathways of exiting the program will be left to the entire choice of students. Of course, with the guidance of faculty members as faculty advisors or academic counselors. But ultimately, it will be left to the students' choices of how they enter the higher education program and which pathway they want to exit from the pathways. A student can join for a science stream and he can exit with a major in a social science. He can exit with a major in a humanities stream. So this, through the course of the 4-year undergraduate program, the student will be exposed to various multidisciplinary courses according to his interest, according to his rationale, according to the choices which he can handle. He will be selecting pathways. And when he is able to cover 50% of courses in a particular area, particular stream, he qualifies for a major in that particular area. So through the entire range, if he is able to cover 50% in a particular stream, maybe in sociology, then he will be exiting with a major in sociology, though he must have joined in a science stream in the beginning. So that type of options, a range of electives are being offered for the students. It also provides students with variety of multidisciplinary combinations and interdisciplinary areas of various learning experiences, which will help them acquire skills as well as aptitude to research in new fields of knowledge. So the basic idea is we are not looking at what is the possibility right now. We are looking at combinations of possibilities which can be of application, which can be of employability in the years to come, maybe 5 or 10 years to come. So this will enable students to be in par with a global community of undergraduates in terms of eligibility, in terms of assessment credibility and credit transfer. So this is in line with the international education scenario, where a student who completes a 4-year undergraduate program will not have much difficulty in pursuing a 1-year master's in any of the countries abroad. In terms of pathways, generally we are looking at, if you are looking at a exit which we provide after 3 years, we are looking at 3 different pathways. One is a 3-year undergraduate degree. The second is a 4-year undergraduate degree with honors. And the third one is the 4-year undergraduate degree honors with research. So we are looking at 3 different pathways in this 4-year undergraduate program. A student can exit after 3 years, where he will be getting a 3-year undergraduate degree. If he opts to continue for the 4th year, he can have an option of honors with research, where he has to complete a 12-credit project or dissertation. Then he will be exiting with a 4-year undergraduate degree, honors with research. So if he doesn't require honors with research, his option is only to qualify with honors, then he can choose that path. The only difference is he will have to substitute 12 credits with a discipline-specific core or elective instead of the 12 credits dissertation. So 3 pathways of exit: 3-year undergraduate degree, 4-year undergraduate degree with honors, and 4-year undergraduate degree honors with research. This is the minimum credit requirements. As I said earlier, the credit requirements are different for different states. UGC mandates a minimum of 120 credits for the 3-year undergraduate degree, a minimum of 160 credits for the 4-year undergraduate degree. It's a minimum. So in Kerala, we have opted as, for all the universities in Kerala, we have kept it as 133 credits for the 3-year undergraduate degree and 177 credits for the 4-year undergraduate degree honors. Delhi, I think it is 132 credits and 176 for the honors with it. So there can be differences in the number of credits depending upon the choice of the state or the choice of the university. UGC specifies 120 as the minimum for the 3-year and 160 as the minimum for the 4-year. So 4-year undergraduate degree honors with research will require 177 credits for exit, including 12 credits for a dissertation or a project. So the difference between a 4-year degree honors and 4-year degree honors with research is the student will be asked to complete a 12-credit long dissertation or project in the 4th year, preferably in the 8th semester. A student who is opting not to go with the honors with research will have to compensate it with 12 credits of discipline-specific core or elective. The minimum credit requirements in the 4-year undergraduate curriculum: one course can be a minimum of 2 credits, and the maximum credit can be of 4. Each faculty member shall offer a maximum of 16 credits per semester. So 16 credits per semester will require 16 hours in a week, which is the normal workload, which is specified as per the UGC regulations. So for a 4-year credit course, if it is a lecture course, it will translate into 60 hours of lecture or tutorial class for the mandatory requirement for the completion of the course. Academic credit, as I previously said, it is defined both in terms of the teacher's effort as well as the student's efforts. From the perspective of the teacher, 1 hour of lecture or a taught course or a minimum of 2 hours of lab work will be 1 credit. 1 credit will be 1 hour of lecture or tutorial. Or if it is a practicum course, it will be 1 credit will be 2 hours of lab work or practicum work, which is being guided by the teacher. But when it is considered in terms of the learner's perspective, that will be 1 credit will be 15 hours of lecture or tutorial and 30 hours of learner engagement, which can be preparation of seminars, submitting of assignments, or additional reading. Faculty and Board of Studies will be assigned to prepare courses which can come under different categories. There are foundation courses and there are discipline-specific courses. So maybe in the first coming years, for the feasibility point of view, we keep the foundation courses at a 3 credit level and the core and the elective courses at a 4 credit level. All the credits will be deposited in the academic bank of credits. The 4-year undergraduate program, the general considerations, programs or courses are to be designed so that it reflects an integral system of education which will be based on the learner-centric pedagogy. So we are not designing the pathway for the students. A teacher, a faculty of physics will not decide that these are the mandatory courses for a student to exit with my course and program. You can offer the courses. It will be for the student to choose which of the courses are beneficial for him, which are the courses which are of choice to him. Of course, we'll have to guide him because ultimately he will have to exit with combination of courses which can cater to some major or minor for his exit pathway. So we are looking at synthesis of degrees across discipline, which is an alignment with an international pattern. So offering these courses is going to be a big challenge. It may not be possible to offer these courses in a stipulated time of a 9:30, 3:30 or 10 to 4 system. We will have to have flexible timings for students as well as for teachers. Maybe a course can be offered in the early morning, 8:30 to 9:30, according to the convenience of the faculty and the students. A course can also be offered, an elective course can be offered in a late evening time, 5:30 to 6:30. So depending upon the number of students, choice of the students, there can be flexible timings for students as well as teachers. Flexibility for students for synthesizing their degrees as per their choice. Students will be spreading across, moving across departments, cutting across disciplines and streams, gathering courses of their interest, ultimately synthesizing their degrees in combinations. So we will be no more discussing in terms of main, core, sub, or complementary. These were the terms which were used to in the previous curriculum framework. We are now going to speak in terms of majors and minors. A student catering to 50% of courses will be exiting with a major in a particular program. If 50% of courses are from physics, we'll say the student passes out with undergraduate with major in physics. If he has 50% courses in physics and 20% courses in mathematics, which is a related discipline, it can be a major in physics and a minor in mathematics. It can also be unrelated. Student can also pass out with a major in physics and a minor in music, provided he has 20% of total credits from the music stream. So we are looking at very unrelated combinations depending upon the choice of the students. Now, there can be a question, what is the use of a student having a minor in music or minor in sociology when his major is in physics? Now, we are looking at a system where students can have any number of courses and depositing it in the academic bank of credits and redeeming those credits as and when the number is specified for an exit pathway. So student who completes an undergraduate program with 50% in physics, getting a major, maybe 20% in sociology, which is a minor, he can come back later and have additional courses in sociology if he wishes, maybe a 30% additional courses, get a 50% credit requirement for sociology. He can have a second major in sociology. He can even go for a PhD in sociology. So we are looking at a system where students will not be fixed in a particular stream or subject. Unfortunately, because he has accumulated more credits in that particular stream, there will be choice for students to cut across streams, cut across courses, go across pathways, come back and gain additional courses and qualify as a major or a minor in a different stream and look for employability or higher education in that particular major or minor. We'll also be looking at interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary degrees, where faculties can combine, departments can combine, where they will have to justify which are the core areas they are specifying, which are the interdisciplinary areas where they're specifying, and 50% of core and interdisciplinary combined will lead to the major in that particular interdisciplinary area. These are general considerations which I think is known to every one of us. One academic year, as usual, will consist of 200 working days. One semester will consist of 90 working days. We are also looking at an optional summer fast-track semester. So this is particularly with reference to students who might miss some of the courses or some of the study. Maybe because of some personal issues, maybe because of engagement in maybe student-related activities like arts festival or sports, or even looking after parents, or maybe some small internship or employability, which is a major requirement for the student at that particular point of time. So in that case, the student can come back and can choose a summer fast track, which is offered by any faculty member in any of the universities, get a compensatory. And he can cover up with the lost courses and semesters in the previous semester. So there is an optional summer fast track semester. One semester will translate into 18 weeks with 5 working days per week. Among the 18 weeks, we say that only 15 weeks are mentioned for curricular transaction. 3 weeks will be left for exams, maybe internal assessment, evaluation, or some other academic activities. So though we have an 18 weeks semester, only 15 weeks will be for curricular transaction. Minimum of 6 teaching or tutorial hours per day in a 5-day week, which will translate into 450 teaching hours in a semester. This is a normal computation. So these general features of the 4-year undergraduate program will be stipulated as per the UGC and will be adapted as per the state curriculum framework. So we here in Kerala, we go with the Kerala state curriculum framework. In other states, it will be based on the curriculum framework of that particular state. In Kerala, we offer only the exit after successful completion of a 3-year. We are not providing an exit in the first and the second year. I think many of the states have gone for this option, where they offer an exit only after 3rd year. So a student can exit after 3 years. And if he completes the minimum stipulated credits of 133, which is for Kerala, 120, which is for the UGC. If it is totally adapted as per the UGC, 120 is the minimum credits. So the student will be awarded an undergraduate degree with a major discipline, provided he has 50% credits in that particular major. When it goes to a 4-year undergraduate honors program in a major discipline, the minimum credits requirement as per the Kerala state curriculum framework is 177. UGC stipulates 160 as the minimum credits. Honors with research, as I specified, The difference is the student will have to undertake a long dissertation of 12 credits in the last semester. And there is an eligibility for the honors with research. Not every student can choose honors with research. There is a merit requirement for a student to choose honors with research, which stipulates that at least 75% grade should be obtained by the student in the all the previous semesters in the major, so that he goes with a he opts for a dissertation in the 4th year with a choice of exiting with honors with research. So students who do not have an option or do not want to have an exit with honors with research can do additional 3 courses of 12 credits. 4 credit courses, 3 courses if they do, they will compensate for the 12 credit dissertation. So they will be exiting with an honors program. So this is to sum up what is the divergent pathway. 4-year, 8 semester, 177 credits honors program. In that 177 credits, if there is a 12 credit research or project, then the exit is with an honors with research. When we look at the 4-year undergraduate curriculum, the curriculum shall consist of 3 broad parts. One is the foundation component. Second is a discipline-specific pathway components. Third is a discipline-specific specialization. In Kerala, we termed it as a capstone components. So we have 3 broad parts of the curriculum. There is a foundation component in the curriculum. There are discipline-specific pathways in the curriculum, which can be both major and minor. And there are discipline-specific specialized courses. The foundation components can be of 4 different categories. They can be of ability enhancement courses. They can be in the category of skill enhancement courses. They can be in the category of value addition courses. They can be in the category of multidisciplinary. This composites a basket of courses in the foundation components. We term it as AEC course, ability enhancement course, SCC course, which is a skill enhancement course, VAC course, which is the value addition course, and the MDC course, which is the multidisciplinary course. These are all foundation courses which are offered in the preferably in the 1st, 2nd, or maximum up to the 3rd year. No foundation course will go beyond the 3rd year, because 3rd year onwards we are looking at more discipline specific specialized courses. The discipline specific pathways, which will include the major, minor, or elective courses. So in the major, it can be core course, it can be discipline specific elective, it can also be a practicum courses, it can be a field work, it can be a research course. Similarly, in the minor, it can be a discipline specific minor, it can be an elective, or it can be interdisciplinary or skill based course. But only perspective is it should be within the major and the minor. When we look at advanced courses, which is normally offered in the 4th year, we are looking at advanced specialization courses, advanced internship, community engagement and service based on the theoretical and practical knowledge the student has gained over the 3 years, vocational training courses, professional training courses, work experience, or applied long research projects or dissertations. So the course components are categorized into 3 different categories, 3 components, in fact, the foundation components, discipline specific components, and the discipline specific specialization components or the capstone components. In the foundation components itself, we have 2 different categories. There can be general foundation courses. There can also be discipline specific courses. Now, whatever we discussed before as the ability enhancement course, the skill enhancement course, the multidisciplinary course, and the value addition courses can come in the general foundation courses. We are also offering discipline-specific foundation components, especially in the first and the second year, where the students of unrelated disciplines are being introduced into the particular discipline, which can be a very lower level discipline course. So discipline-specific course, we say it can be a course which is of maybe of the +2 level, not beyond that. We cannot add a very specialized course and provide it as a foundation course. Maybe basic statistics, understanding science, all these which provides a foundation of the particular area of study. These are the courses which we offer as discipline-specific foundation courses. So as previously discussed, the general foundation courses shall be grouped in 4 major baskets. So one group of courses will be ability enhancement courses, which is predominantly with the language domain, the English language and other languages. Then we have another basket, which is the skill enhancement courses, which will be more of practicum components, applied components. We also have another group of courses in a basket of value addition courses. And the 4th category will be the multidisciplinary courses, MDC courses. So ability enhancement courses, as said earlier, it is designed to achieve competency in language, modern Indian language, as well as the English language, which with special emphasis on language and communication skills. Multidisciplinary courses will be designed to enable students to have to broaden their intellectual experience by understanding the foundations of other streams. Students of science will be having a foundation course from social sciences. We'll be trying to find out what is the course domain in the humanities or liberal arts. Similarly, students of humanities will be trying to understand foundation courses in sciences. So it will be very broad, providing a fundamental understanding of the foundation of that particular stream. Skill enhancement courses shall be designed so as to enable the students to have enhanced skills which will be beneficial in the workforce, in the workplace. Creativity, critical thinking skills, communication skills, and practical skills for collaboration. Value addition courses shall be designed with an emphasis on the improvement of the value of the person in terms of personality, in terms of better perspective building, and self-awareness. So these are the 4 different categories of general foundation courses. Multidisciplinary courses will provide a broadened intellectual experience by understanding the conceptual framework of foundation of sciences, social sciences, humanities, and liberal arts. So the UGC specifies that all undergraduate students should undergo minimum of 3 introductory level multidisciplinary courses. And it has also specified that it will be mandatory for everyone to take at least 1 course in humanities. The other 2 can be optional. So that is to give a perspective of better human values to the student who is exiting after the undergraduate program. It's also specified that students should not take multidiscipline in the same discipline they studied in the. So this is to avoid the replication. A student who has come from the commerce stream need not take a multidiscipline in the commerce stream because he has already completed that at the +2 level. So a total of 39 credits. This is as per the Kerala State Higher Education Framework. So this can be 36 in some other states. But overall, the idea is all the 4 categories of foundation courses are mandatory for the student to complete if he has to qualify for an exit either in the 3rd year or for the 4th year. So here we have ability enhancement courses. 4 courses of 3 credits is mandatory for the student. So that will be accumulating to 12 credits. Skill enhancement courses, all these are 3 credit courses. So 3 courses of 3 credits for the skill enhancement, totaling to 9 credits. Value addition courses, again, 3 courses of 3 credits, totaling to 9 credits. MDC courses, multidisciplinary courses, again, 3 courses of 3 credits, accumulating to 9 credits. So total of 39 credits is the mandate for any student to exit the 3-year or the 4-year undergraduate program as per the curriculum framework of Kerala. So there can be slight modifications depending upon because we have gone for 4 ability enhancement courses where UGC says only 3 ability enhancement courses. So there can be slight modifications from state to state. The discipline-specific courses shall include discipline-specific pathway courses, both in the major and the minor streams, which enable the students to gain basic knowledge in their particular discipline. So this can be core courses, it can be elective courses. It can be mandatory courses which is required by the student, or it can be a choice of courses in terms of electives from the variety of courses being offered in the discipline-specific pathway. Students will have to declare major and minor and vocational stream at the end of the second semester. So the first and the second semester, student is free to choose various courses. He can spread across, go for multidisciplinary courses, language courses as per the mandate, and the discipline-specific foundation courses according to his choice. After the end of the second semester, student will have to say, now this is going to be my pathway. I'm going to major in a particular stream. I'm going to major in physics, or I'm going to major in commerce, or I'm going to major in mathematics. Because this will help the faculty advisor to assist him with a choice of major and minor streams, which he can choose in the second and third years, so that he can exit with a minimum number of credits requirement for a major or minor. Otherwise, the student might across various courses. Ultimately, he will not accumulate the specified number of credits in a major or minor for his exit. So it is advised that there should be a advisory system in the institute where a faculty advisor or academic counselor will be providing choices for the students. Ultimately, it is for the student to choose his major or minor. Now, the first and the second semester definitely will be providing lots of exposure to the student in interdisciplinary areas. Various areas he can choose, he can cut across disciplines, he can go with unrelated disciplines, he can make variety of choices. But once he goes to the third semester, he will have to stick on with a choice in a particular pathway. Otherwise, it will be difficult for him to exit with the minimum stipulated credits for getting a major or minor. The capstone level courses or the specialized courses, which can be termed in other states, should be designed to enable students to demonstrate their cumulative knowledge in the main field of study. This will be in the major area. Capstone courses should definitely go with the major area because that is the area which their student is going to exercise in the workplace. So it will be designed as specialized courses which provides experiential learning, which provides hands-on experience, where the student is able to combine all the knowledge he has gained, all the skills he has acquired during the last 3 years and apply it into a specialized area. So this can include maybe theoretical or thematic specialization. It can go for internship. It can be a community engagement and services in terms of humanities and social sciences. It can be vocational or professional training in technology-related disciplines, or it can also be work experience. But definitely, it should be of higher specialized area, which requires a definite involvement by the student, where he compiles all the knowledge and skills he has acquired throughout the previous 3 years. And the specialized discipline-specific courses, which he has undergone in the 7th semester as well. When it goes for honors with research, students are given a choice to choose whether they want to exit with an honors with research in the 4th year, or they want to exit only with an honors. Definitely, there is an eligibility criteria for it. So the eligibility criteria for choosing a honors with research will go with minimum of 75% in the major area. So only a student who has got the 75% grade in the major will be given the choice of doing a dissertation and exiting with the honors with research. So this will be done under the supervision of a faculty, preferably in a research center or with a faculty who has having a PhD degree. So it is supposed that this will be of a high quality research, a top end research, where the outcome of the research project may be published in reputed journals and presentations made in good conferences, so that there is a transferring of this or maybe creating of patent. So almost in par with the higher level research work which can be undertaken. Credits are also specified for student involvement in other areas, like involvement in NSS, involvement in NCC. A student who is involved in social work in terms of adult education, literacy initiatives, community work in terms of mentoring school students, social service organization, whichever the university deems appropriate. For all of these, credits can be given with 60 hours of engagement translating into 1 credit. So if a student is involved in 60 hours of NSS or NCC, he will be able to gain 1 credit. So if he gets involved for 180 hours, this can be a 3 credit gain for the student. So there will have to be guidelines of what is the engagement we are specifying. How do we consider the engagement in terms of social service organizational activities, adult education activities, the period of engagement, the specific outcomes of the engagement, so that any engagement the student has during the journey of his education can be translated into credits. As previously said, a teacher can offer regular courses during the summer on a fast track mode to enable students to do additional courses and complete the backlog courses. So teachers will be compensated if they are offering a summer fast track. The students will be benefited in completing the backlog, which they might have missed because of certain reasons. So all these summer fast track courses will be kept open. Enrollment will be open for students from any higher education institutions. So if we are offering a summer fast track course in Kerala, a student from Delhi or Mumbai or Shimla can come and opt this summer fast track course, gain additional credits, and credit it in the academic bank of credits, which can be accumulated for his major or minor stream. So faculty members can design courses in their areas of specialization, area of expertise, areas of academic expertise, areas of research expertise. This is going to be very, very interesting and motivating for faculty members. So we are very often felt that we must have researched in a particular area, but that is not an area of teaching learning process in the syllabus as prescribed by the Board of Studies or the curriculum. Now we will be given a choice. You can offer. Either you can offer in the mainstream, or you can even offer in the summer fast track mode, where specialized courses, which can be in any of the areas. It can be skill, it can be at the foundation, it can be at the capstone or specialized courses, it can be internship course. These can be floated for any student from any higher education institutions to opt these courses, and we are bound to teach that, so that the student gets the benefit and the teacher is also being rewarded for it. Faculty and Board of Studies will have to design courses in areas of their professional expertise, both in the academic as well as research domain, in alignment with the regulations as specified by the university, state, and UGC. Students can also take additional courses, additional assignments, additional credits. They are very free, need not be in the framework at all. They can gather additional credits and deposit it in the bank. They can take additional assignments, maybe with an intention of strengthening their employability. They can go for an internship in a workplace of their choice in lieu of assignments under the skill-oriented lessons or skill enhancement courses. Students who are continuing to choose for a 2-year master's or a 1-year PG after the 4-year, they are also free to choose additional assignments or additional courses to strengthen their grip in the area of knowledge, to enhance their skills, to enhance their capacities. Do we need some discussion at this point? Or shall we have the discussion at the end?
It's up to you, sir. If you would
Okay.
like to take some questions, there are some questions in the chat.
Yeah, somebody. I think there were participants who were raising their hands. So I think we'll cover up, because before going up to the next area, if some clarity is required, I think we can give some time now.
Okay. There are a few questions out here. I'll read them out for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Can anyone explain what is the final output of OBE for student? There's a question like that.
I think you must have had the outcome sessions where we are fixing up outcomes in terms of what is expected of a student to exit after the program. So I think in this lecture we are not looking at the technicalities of the outcome, because I think you had the sessions yesterday and day before. This we are discussing here basically with the framework in terms of the curricular components and the credit requirements, which definitely, when we go into the syllabi part, syllabus is definitely going to be based on the program outcomes as well as the course outcomes. No doubt about it. Admission criteria. What are the admission criteria when the student? Sorry, I could not read it. I think.
How many additional credits are allowed for autonomous institutions?
I think minimum credits we say is 16 credits should be offered in one semester, and the student is free to choose up to 30 credits in a semester. So the idea is, I think colleges, departments, and faculty can float in any number of courses. So it will depend upon who are the takers for it. If there are a good number of takers, if there are good students opting your courses, you can offer those courses either in the offline mode or in a blended mode. Or if there is a demand for your course, you can even float it in the fast track mode. So I think we will be looking at a scenario where faculty members or board of studies or institutes float their courses, which will be offered not only for their students, but also for students from outside. So depending upon the demands, the feasibility of how to offer it, in which of the semesters, in which of the mod, will have to be designed. So I think there will be a big challenge in terms of offering these courses once more number of students are offering. We will have to fix up certain criteria for the number of students who can be offered a particular course, maybe in terms of their academic background or maybe the grades in the previous semesters. Admission criteria definitely is going to be a big challenge, because we are looking at a scenario where any students can join in for the undergraduate program and exit with an unrelated major or minor. So I think we'll be looking at a system where we will have to have certain prerequisites which can be designed by the disciplines. This will be the prerequisite for which we consider as a entry for the science stream. This will be the prerequisite for the social science stream. So students might join for the science stream, provided he fulfills the prerequisites. Prerequisites, maybe you can say that he should have studied science in the +2, Or if he hasn't studied science in the +2, you can even offer a bridge course during the vacations. And if he has a pass or fail, if he has a pass in that bridge course, he can be offered a. So admission criteria can be fixed by the universities, depending upon what you feel is the requirement for any student after +2 to join 4-year program. Need not be that he exits with your program pathway. He can go with an unrelated major and minor as well. Yeah, any more discussion at this point of time?
There are a few more. Is it 5 years for honors in engineering program?
I think engineering program, I think it is a totally different scenario. So we are looking at the major streams in terms of the higher education in the normal graduate stream, the science, social science, humanities areas. So for the teacher education program also, I think UGC is coming up with a new curriculum framework for the 4-year teacher education program. That will be in line with the NCT, which is a regulatory body. So for the AICT, I think is the regulatory body for the engineering. So they will be framing up a different set of guidelines and components for the entry exit for the engineering stream.
Apart from 140 minimum credits, how many more can be added generally?
I think a student can add 30 credits for maximum in one semester. That is what is stipulated. So if it is 30 credits for a 3-year, a maximum of 180 credits can be accumulated by the student. He requires only 120. So 60 additional credits. As per UGC, he requires only 120. As per the Kerala State Higher Education Curriculum Framework, it is 133. So if it is as per UGC 120, but he can gain 180. 60 additional credits will remain in his bank. So 30 credits is the maximum credits which a student can accumulate in one semester. Minimum of 60, maximum of 30.
Should the value-added courses be credit-based or non-credited courses?
It should be credit-based for it to be accountable in the foundation component. Of course, for the student to increase his value, increase his competency, he can also take up value-added courses without credits. But without credits will not accumulate into the credit system. He will be certified that he has passed this value-added course. But we are looking at a system where it is being concerned in terms of credits, and the credit accumulation is mandatory.
Value-added courses credits will be included in total credits.
Yeah, it will be included in the foundation component.
I think that's about all the questions that we have now.
Okay. I think we'll go ahead and then maybe we'll take up a few questions at the.
Come back.
Yes, definitely. So as I think it was good to have a discussion at this point of time, because ultimately it is a choice of the students to go and take courses of his interest, cut across disciplines, go specific deeper into a discipline, undergo courses with credits or without credits. With credits, it will go into the system. Without credits, it will enhance his ability. No doubt about it. So if he has enhanced capability, he can even go for courses which can strengthen his employability. Of course, it will not add credits and it will not be accounting in the credit accumulation. So it is left to the students to choose courses which will be in the area of his interest, which he pursues, which he sees that it will be of benefit for his future workforce capability. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and then we'll have discussions at the end. This is very important, something to be considered in terms of the syllabi and the curriculum preparation. We have courses at different levels. So we have a course from 0 to 99 level, which we consider it as prerequisite courses. These courses will not have credits. This will be a pass-fail course. Then we have courses from level 100 to 199, which we consider it as the foundation or introductory courses. We have the next level of courses from 200 to 299, which will be intermediate level courses. We have a progressive level of courses from 300 to 399, which will be higher level courses. And we have courses from 400 to 499, which will be advanced courses. Now, this is of more interest for us because when we speak about foundation courses, when we speak about courses offered in the first and the second semester, we are thinking of courses only at the 100 to 199 level. So the content will be less, the content will be generic, content will be introductory, content will be introducing the student to a particular discipline. It should not be advanced courses. So very often what happens is when we are fixing up our courses into different semesters, teachers naturally would love to add up more of their content so that let the student learn more. So that if you are increasing the complexity of learning, if you are increasing the level of learning, the course might not fit into the foundation course. So foundation courses should be of 100 to 199 level. You can compare it as courses in par with the +2 level or little beyond that. That's all. So any course of foundation level should be with the standard of contents and the demand of learning for the student, which is of +2 or just above it. That is a course at the 100 to 199 level. So the first 2 semesters, we are looking at courses which are of foundation or introductory courses, whether it is in the general foundation or whether it is in the discipline specific foundation as well. When it comes to the second year, now we are looking at a progressive level. 200 to 299 is the level of the course. So this will be higher than the foundation level courses, which will have more contents, more depth in terms of the major areas, and also provide application level courses. So this we term it as the intermediate level. And when it comes to courses in the third year, preferably in the third year, and specifically with the discipline specific courses, whether it is discipline specific core or discipline specific elective, we are looking at a higher level course, a course of 300 to 399. In the fourth year of the 4-year undergraduate program, we are looking at courses which are very advanced. The level should be 400 to 499, which should be a course which is designed based on the knowledge, skills, and competencies acquired by the student during the last 3 years. Some specialized courses, some involvement courses. So this, when we are preparing the syllabi, we should understand that courses should be prepared in each of the semesters based on the levels of courses. So then the point is, what is a prerequisite course? Prerequisite course can be bridge programs, which can be given as orientation to students. As I said earlier, for example, if a student who has passed +2 in the commerce stream, and maybe he makes a choice that he wants to come into the science stream. So in that case, the science stream Board of Studies has framed an entry behavior. They say either you should have passed a +2 in science, or you should qualify a bridge course with an examination in science with a pass in this particular level. So in that case, we provide a bridge program. We provide a bridge course before the admissions. During the summer vacations, the student who wishes to come from other unrelated streams can undergo this bridge course, and he can take an examination at the end. And if he passes that examination, then we consider he is eligible to come into the science stream. So the prerequisite courses are level 0 to 99 without credits with a pass-fail criteria. So this can be used as additional course to enhance the learning foundation of a student, or for eligibility criteria for a non-stream related student to enter into a stream. So other courses, as I said, it progresses from the year or semesters, with the foundation level courses at the first 2 semesters, intermediate level courses at the 3rd and 4th semesters preferably, and higher level courses in the 3rd year, and advanced courses in the 4th year. So I think it is going to be easy for us to understand, because course coding will be given according to the levels. Okay, so suppose we have a course which is being coded as for physics, if the abbreviation is PHY, is for physics, and the course code also contains 150 as number, which signifies the level. Then we should understand this is a foundation level course in physics. It's clearly understood. And if the course in physics, the abbreviation for physics is PHY, I'm just giving an example, need not be like that. And if the level of course is signified as 450, then you understand that it is a course in physics, which is an advanced course offered in the 4th year. So likewise, if the course is being abbreviated as PHY 301, then you understand this is a course in physics, which is a higher level course, which is offered in the 3rd year, in the 5th or 6th semester. So the course code will give an understanding of what level of course is being offered. So it gives a clear indication of what type of courses the student has undergone and deposited into the academic bank of credits. So when we speak of prerequisite courses, as I suggested earlier, it provides foundation knowledge and preparation for students who intend to major in subjects they have not studied during their +2 program. It is a pass or fail course, carry no credits. 100 to 99 is the foundation or introductory course. The intention of these courses are to provide fundamental understanding. So it is our foundation level course, basic knowledge about the discipline. So the undergoing the foundation course, student will be able to make a choice. Yes, physics is for me. I can go further in physics, or I can go further in sociology. I can go further in the commerce stream, because he is able to adjust with the foundation level fundamental understanding. So this will help the student to decide the subject or discipline of his or her own interest. This will be prerequisites for the student for major or minor in the coming semesters. A student in the 4-year undergraduate degree program may opt for a minimum of 24 credits of foundation or introductory courses. Then when he goes into the 3rd semester, 3rd and 4th semester, we have the introduction of the little more higher course, which is the intermediate level courses, level 200 to 299. This will be subject specific courses in the major and minor, which will be much higher than the foundation level courses. The content, which can also include application level courses. Students will be required to have 32 credits, minimum of 32 credits at this intermediate level. 300 to 399 level, as I said earlier, these are required for majoring in a discipline or interdisciplinary area. And minimum credits required is 38 credits at this level, 300 to 399. This will be the major or the minor discipline-specific core or elective courses which are offered in the 3rd year, 5th and 6th semesters. And course level 400 to 499 are advanced courses, very specialized courses, including the research projects at the postgraduate program level offered in the 4th year, 7th and 8th semester. 7th semester, it will be more of the capstone level specialized courses, which can be thematic or well as practicum. And in the 8th semester, for a honors with research option, it will be a 12 credits of dissertation. or it will be specialized courses in the discipline-specific core area for an honors program. Program design. So we are looking at a program design where we have foundation courses, general and discipline-specific, which is mandatory for all students. We are also looking for discipline-specific pathways, which includes both the major and minor credits. In 2 credits, internship is kept mandatory. A student will have to go for 2 credits internship by the end of the 6th semester, anytime. So it can be in the second year, it can be in the 3rd year, depending upon what foundation he has got to go for the vocational internship. Capstone courses, which we offer in the 4th year, this can be very specific. It can be different courses for different students. The courses must be challenging even for the best student. So we are floating in a number of courses. A student who is of higher level can choose a higher challenging course. Students who are of a lower level can choose a lesser challenging course, but the courses should be specialized courses with a level 400 to 499. That is mandatory. So this course will have intense training and will provide experiential learning for the student. So to sum up, the 3-year undergraduate program which we offer in Kerala will have a foundation course of 39 credits. Major pathways will be 68 credits. Minor pathway will be 24 credits and 2 credits of internship. So altogether, the foundation and the major, minor and internship will accumulate to 133 credits for an exit in the 3-year. In the 4th year, if you're looking only at the 4th year, as per the Kerala Higher Education Curriculum Framework, we have 44 credits to be fulfilled. 20 in the major pathway courses, 12 in the minor pathway courses, and 12 credits as part of the dissertation or research project. So discipline-specific pathway, if you look at different levels of courses, discipline-specific courses can be at level 100 in the 1st and the 2nd semester for building foundation, level 200 for intermediate discipline-specific courses in the 2nd year, 3rd and 4th semester, level 300 for higher level courses in the 3rd year, semester 5 and 6. Discipline-specific elective, it has to be of higher level, preferably in the 3rd year, 5th or 6th semester with a level of 300. Discipline-specific capstone or specialization courses, it should be at level 400, mandatory, because it has to be advanced specialized courses. It can be core, it can be elective, it can be projects, field training, internship, or community activity. So all these should provide and promote experiential learning for the student. Entry into the 4th year. For a student who exits after 3 years, who comes back for the 4th year, he should have minimum 39 credits on the general foundation courses, 94 credits in the discipline-specific foundation and pathway courses. So this is the requirement for entry into the 4th year. And in the 4th year, he is required to gain additional 44 credits within 1 year. 4th year, we have 2 semesters, 7th semester and 8th semester. 7th semester, this can be a choice, 5 to 6 specialized capstone courses, 4 credit course at a level of 400. So capstone courses, we think it of as specialized, higher order, advanced, skill-oriented, research-oriented course, which is essential for a 1 year, 1st year PG students' contents and experiential learning. And 8th semester, for honors with research, a student is supposed to undergo a project of 12 credits. So if he doesn't opt for an honors with research, he can also take 3 courses of 4 credits, which is again at the specialized course at a 400 level. Option is also given for courses which can be online, preferably related with the project and the major. So it should be related. It should be related with the major or specialized. So here, in a nutshell, The major capstone level pathways will be 12 credits. 8 credits in Kerala we offer is 8 credits can be of online or blended mode. Minor pathways shall be 12 credits, and capstone research project shall be 12 credits. So this sums up the credits and curricular components in the 4-year undergraduate program. In the 3-year program, where we look at the Kerala scenario of minimum of 133 credits, it is 68 for the major course, 24 for the minor course, multidisciplinary course, 3 courses of 9 credits, skill enhancement courses, 3 credits of 9 credits, ability enhancement course, 4 courses of 3 credits of 12 credits total, value addition courses 9, summer internship 2. So when you go to the 4th year, there is an additional credit for the major, which goes to 88. Except that there is a 12 credit project and dissertation. So 133 credits required for a 3-year exit and 177 credits required for a 4-year exit. So credit in the draft discussion of our university, where we say that the major minor stream, 92 credits within all semesters. Multidisciplinary courses can range from 1 to 6, preferably in the first and the second year, preferably. Skill enhancement also can go from 1 to 6, provided the skill provided in the 3rd year is a higher level skill. Value addition courses also can span from 1 to 6. All these are preferably should be in the first and the second year, or maybe from semester 1 to 4. Ability enhancement course, again, preferably in the first and this will go into the span from 1 to 6 semesters. So this, I think we have already gone through the number of credits in the 4th year exit. So change of major, a student can optimally make a change of major or multidisciplinary at the end of the first year, because at least by the end of the first year, if student is not going to make a choice, still he is going to gather courses from unrelated streams or disciplines, then he may not get the number of credits to exit with a particular major or minor. So he'll be getting credits from various sources, but he will not get an exit with a major or minor. That is why we say the change of major or minor can be opted by the student by the end of the second semester, end of the first year, so that there is a choice for the student to accumulate the stipulated number of credits in the major minor streams. So the program pathway options, 3-year undergraduate degree, it's 133 credits. Student can opt for maximum of 180. So apart from 133, rest can be kept in the academic bank of credits, which can be redeemed later for some other area. In the 4-year undergraduate program, it is 177. Student can gain up to 240 credits from additional courses. So 4-year again, honors with research, it is again 177. Student can have option up to 240. The percentage of major minor streams in the 3rd and 4th year, this is depending upon the total number of credits required. We have different possible pathways, options for the student. Student can exit with a 3-year undergraduate degree. He can exit with a 4-year undergraduate degree with honors. He can exit with a 4-year undergraduate degree honors with research, provided he completes a 12 credits dissertation. He can exit with an undergraduate degree with single major. He can go for an undergraduate degree with double major. In case of double major, as I said earlier, 50% credits is required for the first major and 40% credits is required for the second major. So he can have maybe a major in physics and maybe a minor in sociology, even an unrelated major, provided he has this 40% for the second major. Interdisciplinary undergraduate major, multidisciplinary undergraduate major. Syllabus revision, I think, is going to be a big challenge, because the earlier part which I have to discuss with you is with the system. So this is going to be in place. We are going to offer courses. Students will be taking the courses. It will go to the credits. It will come into the table form. Nothing to worry in that. Only thing is we have to offer courses in the particular different levels with more number of choice for the student. But this is going to be the interesting part of it. This is going to be the challenge for the teachers in terms of syllabus revision, where we are looking at the syllabus which should provide interdisciplinary learning and innovation. We are having a departure from the rigid separation of disciplines. Multilingualism, language components is going to have a different impact. Critical thinking and experiential learning. We will empower the learner through flexibility of choice for different courses. Curricular integration, not only in the cognitive domain, not only in the knowledge domain, but also in the skills and capacities. So courses can be designed which are purely in terms of the knowledge domain. Courses can be designed which are purely in the skill domain. Courses can be with a combination of knowledge and skills and capacities. More emphasis will be on research and application. So the syllabus revision will definitely look into how we are going to reduce the knowledge skill gap. We are not going to produce students with good amount of knowledge alone, but also with expertise of that particular knowledge who can deliver better in the workforce. So course designing, syllabi preparation should integrate not only the knowledge and the theoretical aspect, but also the application aspect and the expertise in terms of skills to be acquired by the learner. Better design of curriculum and teaching learning process. Teaching learning process can be entirely different. You can have a course which can be entirely on discussion. Course which can be entirely in terms of skill-based. Course which can be entirely in terms of internship. Provided we have a rationale for it. We have a justification that this course demands the students to have engagement in this particular area. So importance of interactive tutorial sessions as lectures or seminars, providing experiential learning. Tuning programs, blended course, transfer of credits becomes more important. Integrating knowledge and skills, as I rightly said, based on the optimum capacities that the learner would like to acquire in the knowledge area, along with the skills, capacities, including performative or aesthetic. So language courses need not be only communicative language. It can be a performance oriented for a dance student. It can be an aesthetic oriented. So depending upon the learner's interest of what is the acquisition he requires from the part of language in terms of his workforce or achievement, the course design can be different. Courses can be blended, offline, online, depending upon the knowledge requirement. Course related to research, innovation, management, and soft skills that would enable them to join in the workforce. There are incidents where good graduates are not employable because they lack plenty of soft skills. They lack relationship skills. They lack communication skills. They lack management skills. They lack good manners. Now, if the workforce demands that these are the requirement, along with the expertise in the knowledge and the skills, then definitely the course, curriculum, and program should offer courses in such areas also, because we are preparing the student for a better workforce. Assessment and evaluation is going to take a total U-turn. It has to be aligned with the learning outcomes, where I think you must have got a good discussion on the learning outcome-based education. Preferably, it is said that 40% should be continuous comprehensive assessment and 60% for the end-sum evaluation. It can also go up to 100% for the continuous comprehensive assessment. Internal assessment can be even more than that. Exam duration need to be based on credits. So if it is a 4-credit course, the length of examination can be thought of as maybe appropriately 2 hours. But for a 2-credit course, you did not force the student to write an examination for 2 hours. It can be limited to a 1-hour examination. So if it is only a 1-credit course, I think the examination can be for a half an hour. So depending upon the depth of the content being delivered, depending upon the credits of the particular course, the duration of exams can be different. Formative assessment can be of variety depending upon the nature of the course, depending upon the type of the course offered, depending upon the outcome expected out of the course. So formative assessment can go with a variety, can be practical assignment, it can also be observation of practical skills. Viva can be an assessment method, quiz, interview, oral presentation, computer-based adaptive testing, discussions in the in-class, tutorial work, which can be individual or group, reflective writing assignments, home assignments, self and peer assignments, or even any other method which may be required for a specific course by the faculty. So we have a plenty of options. We are not limiting only to assignments, test and discussion alone. Just a minute, I'm just switching on with the. There's less sound in my system. I'm just switching on the camera just a minute. Okay. So for the summative assessment also, we are looking at a variety of options. It can be written test. It can be open book examination. It can be laboratory report. It can be problem-based assignments. It can be individual project report. It can be case study report, team project report, literature survey, standardized test, any other approach designed for a particular course. So the faculty is given the autonomy. The Board of Studies is given the autonomy to choose a number of assessment options. And again, to be very liberal, the option should be even left to the students, I feel. For example, why do we opt only for written examination at the end? If a student says, I would prefer to have an oral examination. If you are assessing the knowledge, I don't think written is the only mode by which we should assess the knowledge. An oral test can also assess the knowledge, provided we have a specific guidelines of what is going to be the assessment criteria. So we also look at on-demand examination. Student, if he is a fast learner, he has completed the course requirement, he says, I am ready for the exam. Can you have an examination for me right now so that I complete the assessment? So we are looking at a very, very different options in terms of assessment. Depending upon the infrastructure, depending upon the examination system, the curriculum and the syllabus should specify these are the options we are leaving for formative as well as summative assessments. This we already discussed. A 4-credit course can be evaluated for 100 marks, 2-credit course for 50 marks, 1 credit for the 25 marks. Letter grade, it goes with a grade point like this, which is a standard for throughout the country. Overall letter grade also goes standard. So the curriculum framework will go with something like this. The undergraduate program will have as foundation the basement as the foundation course, then the pathways in terms of 3-year or 4-year. If it is a 3-year, he can go for job, or he can come back and do a 1-year PG, or with a combination of 2-year PG, or the 1-year exit with honors or honors with research. A student who goes with the 4-year exit can go with honors. He can go for job, come back and do a 1-year PG. If he goes for honors with research, he can go directly with the PhD. So this is the total framework. Slight variations can be from state to state. This is for the Kerala State Curriculum Framework. The minimum number of credits required as per the framework which we follow in Kerala For the major, it is 17 courses minimum for the 3-year and 22 courses for the 4-year. 6 minor courses for the 3-year and 9 minor courses for the 4-year, 24 credits and 36 credits respectively. And all other courses, multidisciplinary skill enhancement, ability enhancement, value addition courses will be same for the 3-year and 4-year, because in the 4th year, we are looking at only capstone level courses. Internship is 2 credit course before the 3rd year. And the only difference we have is the dissertational project, which is at the 4th year, preferably in the 8th semester, which is compared to a 3 credit course. Three courses of 4 credits. That is why I put a star there. Either a 12 credit dissertation or 3 courses of 4 credits in the capstone level. So we are looking at 133 credits for exit in the 3rd year, 177 credits in the 4th year. This is summing up with the curriculum framework and the challenge teachers have got to do with the understanding the framework and preparation of a challenging syllabi for students, because we are also looking at enhanced fast learners. We are looking at slow learners. A student has got an option of exiting early. There is an N- exit in the 4-year program. If the student has got the minimum credits in the 7th semester, he can exit the program, provided he has got the stipulated credits in the different pathway. So when we are looking at that, we are looking at a challenging system, a challenging mode of teaching learning process, different variety of courses to be offered, and providing different options for assessment, both formative as well as summative assessment. I'll end up, it's a very challenging task. We say it is an easy to move a cemetery than to change a curriculum. We are at a very, very difficult juncture. It requires good homework by the teachers to understand this framework and the levels of courses fit in our expertise, offering good number of courses so that we prepare students who are not only knowledgeable, but also competent in terms of skills and capacities to deliver better in the workforce. And definitely the teacher has got a wonderful role. We also look back with appreciation to the brilliant teachers, but with gratitude to those who have touched our human lives. The human element is also, the value element is also very important. The curriculum is very important, but the warmth is the vital element for growing plant and for the soul of the child. So thank you very much. I think I have been sticking to the time. I've given a framework of the curriculum as proposed by the NEP with a little customized framework which we follow in the Kerala State with the Kerala State Higher Education framework. I think we can take some questions or discussions.
Yes, so if you can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear.
All right, okay. If you close the presentation, sir, you can go to the chat window.
Yeah. I'll just. Okay.
Can you see the chat?
Yeah.
All right, okay. There are some questions there. Yeah.
Oh, there are a good number of, I don't know from where to start with. I think we'll take a few of them.
Yeah.
Admission criteria we discuss. Engineering, I told it will come up. So does it affect the workload of the faculty? Does it affect the double main courses? We have the double major as well. Workload of faculty, I think if a faculty is offering more number of courses and if students are opting for the courses, workload is not going to be an issue at all. But I think we are looking at a system where a faculty cannot say that I'll offer only few courses and whether the student takes it or not. It's not a matter for me, because it will be accountability of the faculty to offer good courses which are relevant, which are of choice for the student. Should the value-added courses be credit-based, or I told value-added courses need to be credit-based if it has to come under the foundation list and it has to go in the cumulative foundation list. But however, if you want to offer additional value-added courses without credits, it's well and done. There's no problem in that, provided it is enhancing the student capacities. That's not an issue. But it will not go into the credit system. Value-added courses will be included in the credits, provided it is foundation, that foundation course cumulative credits. We say 39 credits is requirement. Give more importance to employability. Some courses which are giving importance to ethics and all. No, I don't think it is neglected. I think it will be enhanced. Because previously, if for a science program, we were looking at a science student who was studying only science, where he was not looking at any social science, he was not looking at values. Now we are looking at a system where even the science student is required to go with value addition courses, with multidisciplinary courses, where language courses, where he is getting a blend of more values along with his employability, because that is also important. So I think we are adding up the moral values and the ethics. We are not limiting it to it. If a department provides an elective course which is not much related to the major subject, how the board of studies? No, see, I think under which category are you offering the course? If it is a multidisciplinary course, you can very well offer. But once it comes to an elective course, when we say discipline-specific elective, it has to be a specialized course which can be offered in the third year. But multidisciplinary, it can be not related to the major. It can be different. So because it is a foundation or an intermediate course. So board of studies will be able to list down. These are the foundation courses in physics. These are the foundation courses in chemistry. These are the intermediate courses in physics. These are the intermediate courses in sociology. So that will be catering to the first and the second year alone. Who has to frame the interdisciplinary syllabus? Is it? I think interdisciplinary syllabus will have to be framed where faculty from different disciplines will have to combine, and they will have to converge in terms of preparing a syllabus for a discipline, where maybe if there is a 4-module program, one module can be of one discipline, one can be an application level, another can be from the other, or it can be even combination. Depends upon the delivery also. How are you going to deliver it? Is it a combination in which you're going to deliver it, or is it in terms of one unit for a particular discipline? So I think there is no option. Option is left open to us. It is for us to decide what can be the combinations and which we can work out. With high imagination, but for many surveys, it was total failure. Extreme learner level centric or student centric. Ideally, this scattering much flexibility. I think there is no choice but to give more learner choices. But I definitely agree with your question. Is the learner capable of making these choices? I think that is a question which we should address. Because a student coming from +2 stream, coming into a new domain of higher education, will you make an ideal choice? That is a big question. I think we will have to have orientation in the school. We will have to have orientation before the student is admitted into the 4-year program, so that student empowerment is there. He has a good knowledge. He has options of different pathways, and then he can make his choice. It all depends on the autonomy of the learner. Yeah, I think I have addressed this question. It's a big challenge. I think we will have to take that responsibility also. Maybe in the colleges or universities, we'll have to have maybe some pamphlets distributed, or maybe advertisement given that these are the pathways and programs. Give orientation programs in schools, maybe before the school closes, before the +2 examinations, so that students are given a rough idea of what are the programs that is going to happen in front of them. Challenges are plenty. Is there any limit with which a student has to do his master's degree after completing? I think exit entry limit, I'm not very sure. But student can have exit and come back anytime. But then I think there is a limit of years, 4 or 5 years. I don't know exactly. I'll have to look into that. Okay, I think the major questions addressed here have been discussed according to my understanding. I'm also just like you. It is just because of reading and having some sessions that I've got oriented to this particular system. Of course, though it looks very, very challenging, there can be issues which can come up during its implementation, and we'll have to look for solutions. I think that is the only way we can find out and fit in what can be better in our university, in our state, and for our college or institution. Right. That's from my side with the chats. Anything else to be discussed?
No, sir, I think you have covered it all. Thank you very much, Professor Anil Ramachandran, for that wonderful session on the new curriculum framework in line with NEP 2020. Yes, now,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, all participants.
Now we will move on to our next session, that is word of thanks, that will be delivered by Ashley Matthew, who is Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. Over to you, ma'am.
Esteemed guests, professors and participants, good evening all. As we come to the end of this fruitful session, it gives me great pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Department of Computer Science, St. Albert's College Autonomous. It has been an honor and a privilege to be a part of this event, and we are grateful for the opportunity to host it by association with Kerala State Higher Education Council. First and foremost, I would like to express sincere gratitude to our resource person, Professor Anil Ramachandran, Director, Research and Development Cell, Kannur University, who engaged us with all the aspects of knowledge through the Faculty Development Program. Sir, your presentation has been highly informative and thought-provoking, shedding light on the significance of curriculum design in shaping the future of higher educational institution and the overall learning experience. Thank you, sir. A special note of thanks goes out to our participants. Your active participation, engaging questions, and eagerness to learn have made this session a vibrant and enriching one. Once again, thank you all for being a part of this online faculty development program. We look forward to your continued participation in the upcoming days too. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the word of thanks, Ashley Matthew. We will now, I think, close for today. Please note that tomorrow also we will have the session at 7 p.m. Tomorrow, our topic will be on underlying threats of OBE. Please make sure you join in for that session as well. It will be taken by Dr. Suresh Nambudri. We will start at 7 p.m. sharp. So make sure you join in for that session. We have 3 more days to go after today's session. Okay, so please make sure you join in for that. If you missed any of the session and would like to get access to it, I've put the details of the LMS, how to process for your LMS. The details have been put there. Please access the LMS for sessions if you have missed any of them. And there are some activities that you can do in the LMS as well. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for taking your time and joining this wonderful session. We will see you again tomorrow. Have a pleasant evening. We will end for today.